G'day everyone, it's NQ Explorers again. Today we're back in the site of the Second World War Royal Australian Air Force Forward Operational Base. And I'm back in the site of the OBU, the Operational Base Unit, which is the main headquarters and accommodation area for the airstrip. Over the coming months I'm going to do a series of videos on this base, and we'll explore all the areas we can, and we'll go for a few bushwalks through here and see what we can find that's left in the scrub. So thanks for watching the video, and we'll be back shortly with the first find. Well, I think I've just hit the jackpot here. I didn't need the metal detector either. That centre messing area, the base unit with the water towers up there to the north, I started walking out in a series of bushwalks radially from the centre, see what I can find. Check this out. Just discovered the rubbish dump. And have a look at this. They're old, they look like they're all canteens. Drinking enamel canteens. They are everywhere. And look at the buckles and the webbing. Bits of webbing belt. Must have been just a big rubbish. Some little sort of filter system here. All bits of clothing, definitely webbing belt parts. All been dumped in a big heap. Well, I don't know what the detector will just go rank here. This will be a matter of, I'll just sift through this with a pair of gloves and the pick, I think. There's the base off a lamp. Look at the bits of the World War II webbing belt. Everywhere. Must have just put it in a big heap and burnt it at the end of the war. Well, there might be a couple of coins in here, you never know. We'll have a bit of a poke around here with the pick and some gloves and see what we can find. What's this? Might be a face off a instrument or something. Wow, look at these enamel canteens. Well, I'll see if I can find a really good one, and I'll take it home with me. They just dumped a lot instead of taking them back down south after the war. Good one. Okay, oh well, we'll have a little scratch in this rubbish dump and we'll be back with what we come up with. Well, this is just amazing. You can hunt all day in those army camps down south, find one of these webbing belt pack buckle and think you've had a good day. Look, they're here in their hundreds. I could just pick them up. They're just everywhere. The place is littered with old bits of webbing and pack and uniform parts. But I tell you what, there's got to be something decent in here. Not that the webbing belts aren't decent, but there could be something complete in here. Who knows? There's a few of these things. Well, that's another bit of kit. Webbing belts, belt ends, lamp parts. Wow. Okay. Alright, we'll be back soon with what we get out of this place. Well, look at this. The white ant's having a good feed of it. It's actually a canvas pack. That's been laying there for 70 years. It's because it's falling apart as I pick it up. Righto, back soon. Well, I was heading back in that direction, north towards the main water tower area, and something over to the right has caught my eye. I haven't been over there yet. First I thought it was some rusty drums, but we'll go and have a look, eh? Let's discover this one together. Like I said, you walk through this grass and all the little secrets reveal themselves as you do so. No need for a metal detector. Hey, looks like some sort of, oh, it's a tractor. Hey, have a look at this. Harris, what? Sunshine Massey Harris tractor, it says on the wheel there. Well, this may have been involved in the construction of the airstrip, eh? Check it out. Well, I wonder if they've got a date stamp on the engine block or anything. Look at that, it's got the bull nose. Sunshine Massey. There's the main bumper bar. Oh, the old bushfires haven't been too kind to that either, but anyway, I'll inspect it closely and I'll see if I can get any, if there's any dates or maker's plates or anything. We know what brand it is, but it might have a date of manufacture. Well, look at that. Bit of grass growing out of the engine block. Okay, well, we'll just keep scouting this area and see what else is in here. I wouldn't hope to find an aeroplane, but there might be a piece of one somewhere. Keep going. Well, here's the first target I've actually dug. It's a drum bung. And it's interesting, it's got on it used monkey wrench, which we call in Australia a shifting spanner, we don't call them monkey wrenches. Tri-Shore, registered US patent. Chicago and New York US patents 1944 and 1945. So that's definitely a World War II item. Good one. On we go. Okay, next target is a yet another live 303 bullet, which gives off a great signal, so you've got to dig it. Could be a buckle or a button or a coin, so that's okay. On we go. Well, things are moving on from the bullets and buckles. I've got my first silver coin out of the sight. Looks like a threepence. About 2 inches down there. Only a little mid-tone. Which is unusual. I would expect it to be a sterling from the war, but I'll give this a clean and I'll come back with a date on it. Looks to be in pretty good condition. Once again, that would have been less than an inch down. It was a very shallow target. Okay, I'll just give this coin a clean and we'll check the date on it. Well, there she is, another glorious coin. 1943D, Denver Mint Mart, threepence, King George VI. Beautiful coin. Once again, would have been reasonably new when dropped, probably a year. Less than 2 years certainly when it was dropped, so there you go, a little threepence in the middle of the bush in the old Air Force base. Good one, on we go. Okay, the next target is a penny by the looks of it, so it's a 2 coin Air Force spill. Good one. It must have been sitting at a strange angle because it gave quite a jumpy signal. So I'll give it a clean and we'll get a date, and she'll definitely be a wartime penny, that one. Probably a Kangaroo KG6. Back shortly. Well, I'm wrong as usual. It's a King George V, 1934 Commonwealth penny. So that's a nice old coin. And actually the obverse is in really nice condition. Very dirty, but I'll clean that. Looks like it's got quite a nice patina under there. Actually, it looks like it's been, maybe there's a second coin in there. It looks like it's something stuck to it there. Never know my luck. I'll check that hole. I haven't rechecked it since I turned the camera on, so we'll have another look. Back soon. Well, my next target, adding to the variety, is a little old pocket knife, or part of it. I haven't checked the hole again. There might be more parts to it, but it's you can see with the little depression there where you pull the blade out. Well, anyway, that's a good one. I'm definitely of the last 7 or 8 targets since that penny have been tarpaulin loops off probably off the 12-man tent. So I'd say this is definitely an accommodation spot I'm in here. Okay. Well, here's my next target. It's a perfectly circular domed piece of perhaps copper or brass. No markings on it. I've got no idea what that is. But just one thing I want to say about this stuff I'm finding here, the quality of the metal that these military items is just amazing. It's just to be in this condition after all these years up here. At first I thought this might have been a punched out coin. It may yet be, but I don't think so. I can't see anything on it. But anyway, that's just to show you the condition of a piece of metal. The edge of it, look at the edge on it there, it's just perfect. After 70 years in the ground, really high quality stuff that they used for the war. Obviously it had to be, it was lives mattered, but anyway, on we go. Well, after that little piece of dome metal, I've dug 2 tarpaulin loops. It kind of been indicating to me that I'm in tents, and just got this, a lovely old Air Force spoon. Usually these are all bright nickel silver. It usually got on the back of them. What about that? Some fella's had his dessert and dropped his spoon or his cornflakes. Actually, the condition once again, beautiful. Okay, good one. We'll just stay in this little area where these little tent loops are coming up, and we'll see what else comes out of the place. Yeah, that big signal there. The machine's indicating it's a larger than a coin size object, so it's possibly another 20mm cartridge or something, but I don't think it's going to be a coin, but it's a highly conductive target. Let's see what comes out of here, eh? Okay, it's over here in this pile over here. In here. Oh, look at this big buckle. Webbing buckle connector, excellent. Although not as exciting as usual, because I just found that pile of about 2,000 of these things over there in the bush, so I'll go over there shortly and have a bit of scratch around and see what else is in that little rubbish dump where the canteens and the buckles were. Okay, back soon. Check out this signal. I'm pretty confident this is going to be a good find. Just the leaf litter there, and it won't be far down. Ringing up high, it's saying it's a coin-size object. Those little tent loops or the camouflage net loops, probably tent loops in here, they don't ring up so high as a coin, even though they're the same size. Of course, the hole in the middle, the conductivity is less, but this sounds great. Maybe another buckle. But even the 303, live 303s don't tend to ring up this high. We'll just go slow and see what we come up with. Of course, I've been wrong in the past, as you might gather. Okay, it's out. It's out of the hole. In here somewhere. It's no signal. Well, let's see what we got. Oi. Oh, look at this. It's an Air Force cap badge. It's a R.A.A.F cap badge. I know, because I used to wear one. World War II cap badge. No way. Hang on, I'll just give it a quick clean, and I'll be back with the wash up shortly. Well, I'm back with what I just called the wash up, because I just washed it up. Have a look at that. It's a World War II Royal Australian Air Force cap badge. The quality of that moulding and the condition of that find, superb. Actually, I'll admit I have found these in the past, but they've been in generally in ghost towns where ex-servicemen have dropped them. But this is, I guess, what an archaeologist would call a contextual find. I found it at a frontline operational base, an Air Force badge. So that has made my week. That is just beautiful. Anyway, on we go. It's going to be hard to top that one. Well, the next target out of quite a deep hole is this beautiful Dixie. It's that will clean up beautifully. A bit rusty on the surface, but a bit of oil and everything will save her. The old, well, we're near the mess, so that makes sense. Good one. What a great target. Here's my last few targets. 5 live 303s. Someone must have been loading up and dropped a few rounds, and they're all in the one spot. Okay, on we go. Okay, I just want to show you some of these ammunition items I've been digging on this old Air Force base. These, I've just dug these 3 shells in the last 20 minutes. On my previous video I incorrectly identified these as 20mm cannon shells. They are a 20mm diameter hull casing, but of course the projectile is in the tapered end there, and it's 12.5mm, which is 50 caliber. So these are 50 caliber shells. And the reason I just sort of clicked with me, I just found a live one. So that's a live 50 caliber. Yes, the hull casing diameter is 20mm, but the projectile, of course, is 12.5, so it's half an inch, 50 caliber. Now, however, I've just dug up what is actually a 20mm round, or a hull casing, because on the bottom stamped 20mm M21A1, which is a US designation, and it's got a maker's name, but I'll subtitle that. So that actually is a 20mm cannon shell hull casing. That's a 50 caliber. Quite clearly a big difference in the diameter. So my apologies, I've been calling these 20mm, they're actually 50 caliber hull casings. Righto, on we go. I've got a lovely signal here, the one that sort of makes your heart jump, and out comes a penny. Another coin from the site. Good one. Okay, I'll give it a clean and we'll get a date. I can't even begin to guess what that I won't guess until I actually study that coin. Okay, back shortly with a date and an ID on that possible kangaroo penny. Well, I got one ID right. It's a 1944 kangaroo penny, King George VI. Beautiful coin. And that would have been new drop, because the place was, well, 1946 the Air Force actually pulled this base out, a year after the war. So anyway, good one, on we go. Okay, well, I'm back at the little webbing buckle I found earlier on. Check this out, I reckon I've even got leather gloves. Someone packed the right gear. I've just been scratching around here. Actually, what it appears to be is canteens, chest webbing, belt webbing, and hurricane lamp parts. That's it. There doesn't seem to be much variety of rubbish here, so perhaps they just dumped a big heap of webbing and gear here at the end of the war. Didn't necessarily burn it, but the bushfires would have finished it off. So look, this is webbing parts coming out in their hundreds. It's just been a massive pile of equipment here. I haven't seen anything other than those targets that I've just explained. Like that, there's a lamp part. But anyway, I'll keep scratching around. I'll see what I can come up with. There's might be a couple of little treasures in here. Could be a coin, who knows? But it's no way I can use a metal detector here. I'll just keep scratching around with the pick and the gloves. Righto, I'll be back in a minute. Just to give you an idea, this is a bit of a spot I haven't been into. Look at the webbing. Little round parts of, I don't know what. Like I said, it's just all visual. There's no way I can, the metal detector just wouldn't even look at this. It's just ridiculous. But there could be, look, see these pieces of webbing here, these are interesting. That's, I think they're off the top of the chest rig. Geez, like I said before earlier on, the quality of the metal that they used during World War II, well, it had to be high quality. Like I said, lives were at stake, but it's just fantastic. It's not like you get now. What's this one? Look, this is stuff that's, oh, there's actually fabric coming up on stuff. Hurricane lamp parts. More webbing, more hurricane lamp parts. And then about 8 or 9 inches down you get to back to the natural ground. There's the ground there. So there you go. Okay, I'll keep scratching around, see what I come up with. Well, out of the variety of what the buckles and the canteen, I think I've just found a uniform. How could that be there after 70 years? But it was very deep under the ashes. It looks like a battle jacket. It's got a pouch or a pocket hanging off it. It's all there. Not in real good nick, but I mean that's been there a long time. I'll just keep scratching this area where I found this because there could be an Australia shoulder flash or maybe a rising sun off that's in here. Unless it's an old set of Air Force overalls, I don't know. But it looks to be a battle dress. No, army battle dress. Okay, back shortly. Thought you might like a closer look at one of these enamel canteens on this dump. See the enamelling on the top there still. I assumed them to be canteens. They look like hip canteens. I'm pretty sure they're those old British pattern hip canteen, water canteens. I can't see any of them having any markings or writing on them. Oh, they probably didn't. They might have said a Department of Defence arrow or something. Okay, anyway, that's what I'm finding. Well everyone, I hope you enjoyed that little hunt today. It was actually a composite hunt. I did that over 2 days. And it's the first, or the second actually, in a series of hunts I'm going to do up on this old Air Force base. So I'm up here for quite a while, so there's a whole lot of areas to explore. Apart from the base, which is several square kilometres and would take forever to hunt, there's an old casualty clearing station over in the jungle, bit of rainforest over there a few miles away. So I'll do a hunt there. That's an actual combat casualty clearing station from that treated casualties from Morocco and New Guinea and from the bombing raids on Horn Island here. There's a radar unit I'm going to visit, and there's a few other little military units all scattered around this area that were all basically frontline units during the war. So it's pretty exciting. I really enjoy doing these hunts, and so I hope you enjoy watching them. So like I said, look forward to more of it. So anyway, on your next trip out, have a good time, and best of luck. Happy hunting. Bye for now.
July the 29th. Squadron leader Les Jackson of 78 Wing, a New Guinea veteran, briefs his pilots on the assignment. MacArthur plans to seize one last airfield site at Sansapor. 78 Wing's task is to harass enemy defenses and sink his supply craft. So begins the last of MacArthur's New Guinea operations, completing a westward advance of 1,500 miles in 13 months. With Sansapor occupied, the offensive will pivot northwards, headed for Japan.